Don't do that. I watched it. That is, you only make that facial expression when you're like, how do I human on camera?
Well, I guess we're saying welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
To Secretly Freaking Out.
Yeah, our podcast.
Our podcast.
Oh my god,
we have a podcast.
And you are?
Oh yeah. I'm Alia. My pronouns are she, they. Mm-hmm. And I'm Chany's best friend.
Yeah, and I'm Chany, and my pronouns are they, them, and I'm Alia's best friend. And that's pretty much all you need to know to watch this, or listen, depending on where you're tuning in from. And on this podcast, we're honestly just going to be talking about a lot of random things.
Yeah, we're just going to be doing what we always do, but with a camera facing us now.
Yeah, I think it's because we find ourselves entertaining and also quite intelligent. I think we make ourselves laugh, and we had this like wondering, are we going to make other people laugh? Like, I think we're hilarious, and I think we have like pretty good observations.
Yes, me too.
I like patience, compassion mixed with, I would say like kind of sometimes like radical worldviews. Yeah. That's an interesting space to, I think, live in, because it can be hard to find that balance. But we're not just going to be talking about serious stuff. I think that you and I also do a lot of like disassociation activities to deal with life.
100%.
To deal with mental health. And so we'll also be talking about books, our favorite shows, what we're like checking out right now. Yeah, what we're struggling with, but also like how we're avoiding struggling with it. And like what's kind of getting us through.
Yeah, definitely. Just all the things I think that encapsulates our friendship. Like we talk about like spirituality a lot. We talk about relationships. We talk about just like the shit shows of our day.
The chaos.
Speaking of chaos.
Oh my God. Pretty much you're just going to get time being human with us. Like how we human throughout the world. And I think it's really relatable at this point because everyone, I don't know a single person at this point who isn't a shit show.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. And if they are, I'm scared of them. Like if they're not a shit show, I'm like,
Are you a sociopath?
Yeah. Like what's going on?
None of the things that have been happening are impacting you in any way. You're just
chilling?
Like blinders on, like rolling through your... No, that makes no fucking sense to me.
No, you're definitely internally dying.
Yeah, like underneath the calm surface is just like dead bodies.
Yes. No, in the basement.
Dead bodies.
Can you tell I'm so nervous? Like I'm like a little bit like statuesque.
I think that's fine. Just remember that it's you and me. Like regardless of the camera and the mics, like at the end of the day, we're just being us. But
that's true.
Oh God. I just have to start with, I fucking hate contacts.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you wore contacts sometimes.
I don't normally, only when like, for example, I wanted to make sure that the framing for the camera was good, and I didn't want to be like making my I can't see face, but I couldn't wear glasses because we have lights on, right? So I was like, oh fuck, okay, contacts. Right. But I don't know how people do it. Like I read that you get used to it because your eye adjusts to the irritation, which I think is also problematic because then like if something is scratching your eye and you're like, it's fine.
I'm just gonna acclimatize myself to this like thing stabbing me in the...
Yeah, there's literal horror stories of like people forgetting to take out their contacts before falling asleep and then like putting multiple contacts. There's one lady had like 20 contacts in her eye, but her eye had like adjusted to having contacts, and like the slow burn of like the irritation that she didn't know. And I was like,
that's like the tampon thing. That's my biggest fear, is putting like 3 tampons inside me and not knowing. I mean, I don't think you can actually do 3, but there is a thing.
Listen,
of, like,
vaginas are
putting a universe within themselves.
Yeah, what they are capable of, like, you must be able to put 3 in because you can push a baby out.
That's true. I did not think about it that way. Yeah, that's my biggest fear, is putting like multiple things anywhere in my body.
Have you heard the horror stories of like people putting like a potato and then it starts to grow because it's the perfect environment?
Why are they putting potatoes?
If I had the answers to that, my friend, I would not be listening to these horror stories, because I'd be like, I'd be like, I've put a potato in my vagina, and I haven't, because this doesn't make any sense, but like,
I don't, yeah. And also, you had a horror story with your contacts, like a while ago, with your nails.
Trying to get them out.
Yeah, where you had, like, not fake nails, but you had extensions.
Fake nails.
Yeah, fake nails. And then you were trying to take the contact out, and I remember you texted me being like, I'm terrified, I can't get the contact. I had
Turns
to Google
out it's super easy. It's super fucking easy. You just go sideways. You lift the eye open and pinch and pull.
Oh.
Whereas a lot of people will be like, ugh. And I'm like, this is actually much easier to me from the side. I don't know why, because, like...
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Made for it. Anyways. Problem solved before it began. Panicked for nothing. What else is new?
Yes. Yeah. Also, chaos today. Chany and I almost weren't able to make this podcast. Like, essentially...
I know, I was like, they're gonna freak out, and then they're gonna be like, I think I've changed my mind, and I'm gonna be like, bitch, you locked in. You cannot change your mind
today.
No.
We are filming. No, generally speaking, like, I woke up a little bit late, you slept really badly, so we're both slow to start kind of figuring out our stuff, and then basically, like, I'm, like, texting Chany everything, being like, oh my god, like, what kind of outfits are we wearing? Are we doing cozy or outfits or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Basically get myself ready to come down here, and it takes me a little minute to get down here, and the last thing that I needed to do was grab the SD card for the camera that Chany had left with me, and it's not where it's supposed to be. Mind you, it hasn't moved in 2 months. Like, it has been on my bedside table for 2 months. Just a casual...
This is our Halloween story. This is our horror story.
Yes.
Like, horror story for those with anxiety.
Yes.
And procrastination.
Literally, and people-pleasing.
Where's the flashlight? We should be having, like, flashlights under our
Like
faces.
Cam's like, story.
Yeah. Are you afraid of the dark? Here's my story for the ones who have anxiety.
I lost the one thing that I'm
Exactly.
not supposed to lose.
Stare at it every night for 2 months, and it's haunted my night.
That's literally what I was texting you. Basically, I have been meaning to edit a video for Chany.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it. It's been 2 months. I keep looking at the camera like there's a person there. But I'm like, yeah, I haven't done it.
That's kind of how you're supposed to do it, right? Like,
Yes.
it's like we're chatting with a bestie who's catching up with us.
Yes.
Hey, bestie.
You're right there. No, yeah, I've been meaning to edit this video for Chany. They've left the SD card with me for 2 months. I hadn't done it yet, so this thing has been sitting on my bedside table haunting me every single day because every day I look at it and I'm like, it's a little well of guilt on my bedside table because I haven't done the thing yet. And
all procrastinators know that feeling too, where you're like,
it's like it
just gets bigger, and it just gets bigger. Every time you look at it, it just gets bigger and heavier and harder to pick up.
And then you don't want to go back to it.
No.
You're like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's not even as bad when you actually do the thing.
Yeah, no, it's
You've
always like,
built it up, and you're like, oh my god, this is actually fun.
I knocked this out in 2 hours. Yeah, no, 100%. And we talked about this over text, but like joking about how like you have ADHD and like I'm really disorganized in general, so we lose shit all the time.
Yeah, it's like a way of life.
Because this was your item, I had taken like extra precautions for the last 2 months, every single night basically being like, and there's the SD card that doesn't belong to me that I'm not allowed to use, like lose. Constantly. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm like, oh, where's the SD card? Oh, it's not on the bedside table. That's funny. It must have fallen off. Check around the bedside table. Can't find it. Oh, maybe I put it on the bookshelf when I was cleaning the bedside table. Can't find it on the bookshelf. An hour later.
And at that point, you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, no. So it's in my laptop. I go check and I'm like, well, no, it's not in the laptop. Well, I probably put it in the laptop case. So I'm like looking. I'm like, okay,
but at this point, your stomach, like, all of us know we're like following the story and we're like, oh god, I don't know. And then the like the fear starts to like bubble in.
Literally, because I'm like, not only does this belong to you, it has a video that you want edited that you shot, but also we need it for today. Like we can't film without it.
Layered.
So I am like, okay, well that's fine. It's something I said. Maybe I put it in my little like pouch that I take in all my bags. Maybe I put it probably just fell under the bed. An hour later, I'm calling Chany on the verge of an anxiety attack because I'm like, I literally can't find it. And I like panned up the camera at the floor of my bedroom and it's like torn apart. My sheets are off the fucking bed. Like, I can't find it.
I looked at it and I was like, oh Christ.
Yeah, and Chany was so chill. Chany was like, dude, you're good. Pick up one on the way over and just come over. Like, stop tearing your room apart. But I was freaking out.
I felt so bad too. I think I felt more bad for you than you felt for you. You were just like, I
was just panic mode.
You were like, I had to like figure out how to stop crying before I called you, and I was like, oh no.
You're like, just doing your makeup, like, la, 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 la. And I'm like,
I genuinely don't care. Life works itself out in mysterious ways. Like, mind you, both of us have had to, like, just adjust to things not happening the way you want them to, because 100%. You're constantly losing shit. And at the same time, I'm, like, empathizing with you, because I'm like, I would feel like a trash panda if I had lost someone else's shit. That's a nightmare situation for those who have, like, social anxiety, or, like,
people pleasing, or whatever it is. Like, that's the thing. Usually, I freak out when I lose my own stuff all the time, because I'm like, I'm angry, I'm frustrated. The longer it goes on, the more angry I am.
And there's less you're looking well, too, right?
Yeah.
You're panicking in your brain.
Exactly. So there always comes a point where I've lost something for myself, where I'm like, I'm putting it down for the night. You know, there's, like, nothing I can do.
The only person you're impacting is your life, right?
Your SD card, and the fact that we needed it for today, and the fact that not only was it not, it's not an empty SD card.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is on me? Oh, it's fine. It's fine, y'all. It's fine. It is dog meds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
for this little guy.
His cough med. Yeah,
we haven't addressed this. This is Gizmo.
There's just a Giz or sleeping. He's my little chronically ill, complicated, high needs dog, but he's a sweet baby angel.
And then over here, you can't see him, he's off frame, is little Diddy, and he's Chany's other sweet little angel baby.
Yeah, sweet little angel? No, I mean, he's a manipulator.
We love our little chaos boy that we love.
Yeah, but they are the light of my life.
Yes.
I love them so much. They're so cuddly.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you are all good. That's another thing. Chany and I are crazy. We can't follow one train of thought.
And then, like, one of us is laughing at the joke that we told while the other one's just trying to finish the story, hence what I just did right now.
Does this all the time to me, because I'll make a joke and then I'll laugh and like at myself, literally like that. Like, I'll just be like, and then she'll start laughing, and I think she's laughing at the joke, and then she's looking at me and she goes, I love that you get such a kick out of yourself. And she's laughing that I'm laughing so hard at my own joke. Yes. And it's sweet. It's loving. Like, this is my sister. But yeah, it's just, anyway. Back to the story. I'm freaking out. Chany's just like, serenity now. It is what it is. Like, just leave your apartment. Get out of the panic spiral. Yeah. Like, let's just go. And I'm
abandon ship. Like, jump ship, man.
And I've called Chany, and their partner is also on the phone being like, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Like, just leave your apartment. Just get out. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yep.
Get my stuff together. And you're looking for your partner's looking for your laptop case.
Yeah, because at this point, what Alia hasn't said is, like, I have 2 SD cards, so that I can always sort of have one on the backup, like one on the go, while the other one might be like have a video on it, or like you have it, and we can't find that one either in our place, and we constantly lose shit. But like, oh my god, I guess the merch and stuff has started. We constantly lose shit, but okay, well, now that's distracting me.
I know, me too.
Just the like roar.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
We won't talk about what it is on here, because like we don't need to get into it.
But there's a
demonstration happening right now. Yeah. So we've also lost the backup SD card. We can't find it here, and that's why I asked Alia to look for the one that you have. And so. And I did the thing where I was like, I looked for 5 minutes, and I am not the seeker. I am not the Harry Potter in this relationship. I am some other role. And like I'm not going to find that golden snitch. It's just not going to happen. Zach will find the golden snitch. Zach's my partner. And he doesn't find it. And at this point, we're like, long story short, didn't find it. Alia felt terrible.
They can't find the laptop case that they might potentially have an extra SD card in.
Yeah.
That's lost. I get my ass into the subway, come down here, come to a store to buy another SD card, go into the store. The entire rack of SD cards in the store, empty. Sold out. I FaceTime Chany. I'm like, oh my god.
What is today?
This place is messed up. Then I go
do you see now how it's the horror story, like, of anxiety
central? Then I go to the store next door. I'm pacing the aisles, can't find it, have to ask an attendant. The attendant's like, yeah, we have these, they're only 16 gigabytes. Who uses that anymore?
Yeah, that's like, okay, episode done.
Yeah,
bye.
Literally 10 minutes of content and then you're good. End up going back to the original store, buy the SD cards, get here, and it's just like, and then we faffed around for another like hour and a half, just like,
I love that you say faffed around. around. For those who are based in North America and not raised somewhere else, faffing around is just wasting time.
Yeah, is that not a North American term?
No, you weirdo.
I had no idea.
No, it's definitely where you're from term.
Oh.
Well, where you've spent time term.
Yeah, where I grew up. Faffed around. Anyway, yeah, so we're just...
People be like Googling now, and now we've got the investigators.
What is that? Like,
sorry, maybe we should like cut that out.
I don't care. No, I'm no secret I didn't grow up in Canada, so... Yeah.
I think that's part of your charm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, am I charming? No, bitch, I didn't say you was charming. I said you have charm.
You get charm.
I have smart. I'm not smart.
Anyway, yeah, it's just been a chaotic fucking day going down.
That's literally par for the course of our trying to get shit done. This is not a one-off day. This is not a one-off experience. Our life is chaos.
Our life is chaos. Okay, so for our intro podcast, I had 2 other segments that we could do. And I don't know which one you want to do first. One is the Q&A, and the other one's like the describe.
Oh. Yeah, let's describe each other. Okay. Because then that's funny, then we can build on it and do the Q&A.
Okay. So for the next part, I wanted Chany and I to talk about how we would describe each other. Anyway, so we're gonna restart this segment. We had some technical difficulties.
No. Let's not blame it on technical difficulties. Let's just name it what it is. My partner is a bit of a dummy. I love him. He's smart in so many ways. He's not the most conscientious 24/7, so...
There was dog drama, there was laundry drama.
He's so ridiculous. It's just like... And he gave major fucking attitude. I don't know, I don't think we were recording, but he was like, Chany, I said, and I was like, bitch, you better not finish that sentence, because I will fuck up your whole life.
Yes. But anyway, issues aside, we are going to start the segment of, like, how would we describe each other, and unfortunately you were halfway through, but you're going to have to restart on how you would describe moi.
I'm not going to make the same joke I made the last time.
Which is that I'm a mess. Spoiler alert. I love it. You're like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, I'll do it.
It's not even wrong. It's not even. It's not a joke.
It is just what it is.
Yeah. So I think what I was saying was that I find that there's a lot of dualities in you. Like, you are both very, like we were just saying, conscientious. You're very concerned with how you impact other people and how you move, I would say almost to a fault. Like, you know, it definitely impacts your life. But then there's like certain circumstances under which a switch is flipped for you and you are just like badass and like also like a little bit intimidating. Like, I, for example, really hate going up and asking like server for, you know, if I drop my fork, like trying to get an extra fork. It's ridiculous. I need the fork to eat the food, but I will like stress over it. Whereas you will see that I don't want to ask that question and you'll be like, oh my God, okay, no worries. And you'll be like, hey, can we get another fork? And I'm just sitting there like,
nicely, for the record.
Yeah. But you will also be like a bitch if you need to for certain circumstances.
For people who've wronged, this is not a customer service thing, by the way, 2 separate examples. Yes. But yes, for anyone who's wronged you or like another person that I care about, I don't know who I become. It's like an alter ego. Like, I'm like, let's go pull up to your ex's house and do whatever we need to do. Like, about to have folks, like, give me, you know, people who've wronged you in your life. I'm like, give me their number. And I'm half joking. I'm also not. Like, I'd ream someone out for you. 100%. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's so also just really want to point out the hilarity of you being like, yeah, you're kind of a badass. You'll ask a server for an extra fork. Yes, the most badass thing you could ever do.
Yeah, I know. People listening are like, this sad person can't ask a server for clean fork.
And that's like, what they qualify as badass behavior.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, that shit haunts me. Haunts me. Sending food back? Haunting. Will I do it? Yes, because food is life for me. Like, I'm not gonna, the food's gonna go to waste if it's not good, so I might as well ask for, like, you know, it to be cooked a little bit more, or like whatever, or a little bit more sauce, or if they got my order wrong or whatever. But You just seem so confident when you do it, and I'm always like, okay.
I think it's like that thing of like, if someone else is scared, you stop being scared. Like, you turn into protective
Yeah,
mode.
that doesn't happen. I mean, not in the situations that it happens for you.
No,
like, I will fuck someone up. You know that.
Yeah, I'll describe you in a minute. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get to that. But no, I think that's what happens to me, is that like things stress me out when they're for me, because it's like I have personal attachment to a situation. But as soon as I have no personal attachment to the situation, aside from the fact that my friend needs something, I'm like, oh, pull up, let's do it. You need a fork, you need me to beat someone's ass, like, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
And I like that duality, that you're like so thoughtful, so conscientious, like almost like erring on too conscientious, but then like that can like flip, that switch will flip, and you'll be like, I don't care who I'm impacting, like they impacted you, I'll fuck them up. And I'm like, okay, it's just one of those things you wouldn't think about someone, like when you meet you, you'd be like, oh, they're intimidated by life, but like you're not very much, you know?
That's so fun. I love that for me.
Yes. So that's one thing. I think something that surprised me about you when I was like getting to know you was your taste in music. I totally thought you would be like just an emo kid, like just emo kid music, but you listen to like rap, hip hop, oldies, like everything. And, yeah, you listen to it all, and I think that was really.
Could throw a little country in there too.
Yeah, I know, you're very eclectic in your music listening, which I wouldn't have pegged you as. Pegged. So funny. Why, of all the expressions? And now we're talking about pegging. Why?
Why? Am I not pretty to you?
Yeah, like, is there something wrong with my butt? Let me see. How else would I describe you? I would describe you, and I say this with love, like a little neurotic.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The SD card story from earlier.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, I don't just want to be like, these are all the flattering things. Like, I love you for all the things that you are. Neuroses, like, being really like conscientious. I think that you are really mindful too, in present time, and then like reflecting on hangouts about how you come across and if you've done something to hurt someone.
I hit Chany with that, like, I really hope I wasn't acting weird today text every single time we hang out.
Yeah, but I think that's because like we've been weird every single day for the last couple of years, because mental health and all how the world's been. But I think that you really, really care, and you're not afraid to like name the thing and like open up and talk about the thing. Because I think for you, it really lives rent free, and it is easier to just name it than live in the story of it just existing in your brain.
And we're both like that. Yeah. Like, I think like that's one of the reasons we get along so well, is because like,
I just have to name it. Like,
yeah, we just name the thing. Like, it's easier to do the verbal emotional labor than it is to sit there and spiral on our own of the thing that we're worried about.
And it's like, I think that something that a lot of people don't do is like, they think that just because the moment has passed, it like makes it, they can't say it, or they feel that it's too late, and they've just made this mistake that lives, you know, forever. in the history of their existence. Whereas like, I think you and I are very much like, oh, I fucked up, or like, I might have done something funky, and like that we just don't have that hang up of like, oh, well, I did it, but
too much time has passed, like,
you know, like we'll talk about it like months later, or like, you know, something will happen and or we'll think of something, and then months later we'll be like, yeah, I've actually been thinking about this thing, I wanted to name it for you, and X, Y, and Z. So I think that's something you're really good at.
Even like, I'm thinking about like, I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but there was a non-personal situation that we were talking about, and I used a phrase that I felt very confident about using at the time, and then like, this is about something to do with news. Right. And then after learning more about it, I texted you like literally 4 or 5 days later. Chany's not even thinking about this moment anymore, but it's living in my body. And then I'm like, hey, this is really random. You probably don't even remember this moment that happened, but I said something that I don't mean anymore, or like that I misunderstood or whatever. Like, I'm just constantly doing that with you. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there isn't a hang up about sharing your reflections post-mortem or whatever. It's a ditters. Come here. Come up, all the way up. Hi,
oh, hi, baby.
Can you kisses? No. See? transactional. We'll talk about unconditional love at some point, because both of us have some experience with both conditional and unconditional love. This little turd, come kiss please.
No, there's something better over there. No, there's something better over there.
Would you... Okay, question for you.
Wait, just gonna put a disclaimer out there. This first podcast is probably gonna read more like a YouTube video, because there's probably gonna be more cuts in it than normal while we're getting into our stride.
I was gonna ask a funny question, but then you got serious, so... Cut me off.
Should I describe you?
No, I have more.
Oh my god.
I have more. Oh my god. Go on.
Tell me more about me.
I love that you have digestive issues the way that I have digestive issues.
Of all the things.
No, but it's so relatable. It's so relatable where you're like, oh. I think that we have similar taste in food, which for me is like, it's real hard to be friends with people who do not like, because, it's such a thing for me to eat with people.
100%.
And I think it's a really big thing for you to just like chill. We are at a place in our lives and in our relationship where we're cool just spending time around each other, which is another thing I love about you, that like we can like solo play together and just do our own thing. It's so comforting for me because I can't be on. And you are the same. Like, you love being around people. I know that you love being around your people.
And you specifically.
Yeah. And like peopling, you're a bit of a hermit.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like you don't
100%.
You don't really people. You have to like prep yourself for peopling.
Especially these last few years.
Yeah. But I think that I love that we were able, I think because you especially are so good at like talking about the thing, we've gotten to a place where like we can be hanging out, and when energy wanes, we just do our own thing for a bit. And 100%. If energy comes back, great. And if it doesn't, and like, I think that just allowed for a lot more flexibility being ourselves. And I really attribute that, like, obviously it's both of us in the way that we are together, but I think that that's what's one of the most magical things that I like about you, is that like, even when you, I don't know if it's like this with other people, but with me, like, you are you.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can't be anybody but you.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's not like that with everyone.
Yeah. And I think that you are you, that whoever you are that day.
Yes.
100% with me. Like,
yeah, like I came in today like a fucking hurricane. I was like, I'm running on so much nervous energy. Like, and Chany's just on the couch like, I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, I was like shut down. I had no energy. I was like, yeah, as long as you move at that pace, but I'm over here in chill land. And again, it reminds me of, I think I was watching a podcast episode with Trixie and Katya, and how they were talking about like when one of them, when they were doing their live shows, when one of them was like, bleh, the other one was like, all right, I gotta like step it up. I will bring the energy. You just gotta show up.
Have you heard that audio that's like, more passion,
yes,
more energy. That's like one of us.
Yeah, we always kind of like, I think, and that's cool. I think that it's not so much that we feed off of each other, but rather we like play off of each other pretty well.
And we complement it, I think.
Yeah.
It was like so cute the other day. I don't remember what we were doing before this, but like came over, hung out a bit, then we both took separate naps.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we woke up, we were back into our like, and then I left. Like, that was just it. Like, hung out, kind of low energy, took naps, recharged our energy, bounced off the fucking walls, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home now.
Chaos while we went down the elevator. Yeah, I think about that moment all the time and laugh to myself. It laughed so freaking hard. It was pretty much just like a minute or two of interpretive dance of like demonstrating our chaos energy and all the tangents that we go on. I love that you're a fucking nerd.
Oh yeah.
You're a nerd, but like, I think that some people think, or I don't know, when I think of nerd, I think like a focus. Like, you know, is it like,
yeah.
But it's also like, what's that one thing? Like, are you really into computer programming? Are you really into video games?
Star Wars,
are you
whatever.
Really, exactly.
Yeah.
You are like all over the map. You're like Sims, video games,
Star
music.
Wars, books.
Yeah.
Not the Star Wars.
I was like, who are you fucking kidding? If I said this name, would you know who they are? No.
Yes. Star Wars?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
It's from the prequels.
Okay.
It's not a human thing. Damn it. Okay,
Lost.
I'm not good with stuff like that. Do you remember one time we were at Chany's birthday and I made I'm so bad at on the spot things or like remembering details because I have no concept. I love Star Wars. I have seen I'm a Star Wars fan from when I was a kid. We're gonna fight now. I'm like, bitch. I love Star Wars. I've been a Star Wars fan since I was like a fucking kid. Yeah. Loved all of them. Seen everything except for Rogue One and the most recent spin-offs. But I watched all of The Mandalorian. I've watched all of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Oh my god, really? I haven't watched Obi-Wan Kenobi yet.
It's so good. They film the timelines.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. I want to watch Ahsoka.
Oh, me too. I've been meaning to watch that. But no, bitch, I am a Star Wars fan. I just can't literally name any characters aside from Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. This is not a solo thing. This is a thing for any kind of media that I consume. Don't ask me any dates, questions, or names.
Yeah, that's real. I think the funny thing is, I'm terrible with like real people's names.
But you have this thing with the fantasy, like with fiction.
Yeah, I know.
You just like Chany won't. This is an exaggeration.
No, go for it.
Chany won't remember what we did the day before, but then they'll remember like a line from a commercial from the 1990s and they'll reference it. Like they'll be like, name that thing, name this reference. And I'm like, I've seen everything that you've just talked about and I could not name where that's from.
Yeah, that's really true.
But this being said, the on the spot thing, we were at your birthday and somebody, like I was like talking about things that I love in media or whatever. And I was like, I love a good villain. That is one of my favorite things in the entire world. I love a well-written villain. When I hate a character more than anything, I love that. Yeah. And this person at the table was like, who's your favorite villain? And I was like, I don't have one. I just like, literally, I was like, I don't know. I just like villains. And so I give the most basic binge answer ever. I'm like, I don't know, the Joker. And I was like, so boring that I don't have a favorite villain.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it was really sad.
That's like so obvious. That wasn't even a deep cut. That wasn't even a paper cut.
I know.
That's so sad.
It was so sad. And this is the thing that I'm passionate about.
Oh,
okay. So nothing you said is valid.
Poor Alia.
So I'm not good with on the spot things. I also don't have examples of things. So you name a person, I'm like,
someone. It is a person.
I don't know. Somebody's called Moff Gideon. Like I'm like, fuck.
True. Very true.
No, I know, bad guy. Anyway, from
what else? What else? I know that you like obviously would wave a magic wand and not have mental illness, but I kind of love your mental illness.
I appreciate that.
I really do. You chaos cutting your hair, I'm like
snip, Chany, I cut my hair.
Yeah, like I know that causes you so much like deep-seated like wounding, but man. You message me and you'd be like, I chopped off my hair and now it's all fucked up and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, that's so fucking chaotic. I love it. God, there's just a lot of things that I like about you. I really like, I stole your style for a while there. Like, you were in, like, I love your style and how you wear, like, baggy clothes. I especially love your summer style. Like,
yeah, my summer style is where it comes alive.
Yeah, you got, like, the jewelry and you have, like, you've got, like, your cute haircut and it's long hair and, like, sometimes you're doing makeup. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're doing, like, I love your black eyeliner. And then you just have, like, these, like, bike shorts with this cool t-shirt and you look like,
what are you, like, in love with me or something?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm in love with all the people that I really like in my life. I think if I haven't fallen in love with you, it's kind of like that ADHD thing where I'm like, I'm over you.
I 100% feel the same way. Like, all of the people that really matter in my life, like, I actually have fallen in love with them in some capacity.
Yeah. I don't really, like, I kind of have to be a little, like, hyper focused, like just a little bit too involved, and people, it's like it's a little intense. I know that, but
me too.
But I like there's really no in between.
Yeah,
it's either
like we're acquaintances or like you're locked in.
Yeah, and it would break my heart if we weren't friends anymore. So there's that. I love that you're a really creative person, and I think that you can, like, I really appreciate this about you because it's not me where you're like, you will get the thing done, like you will
like
finish
today.
Yeah, you will fucking focus on the thing, whereas I'm like, this is costing a lot, and then I'm like, bye. And so I really like that about you because I think it shows in the work that you do. You're kind of a perfectionist, and I know where that comes from, and I wish it didn't come from those places, but I do really like how you see things through, and you work on a thing until you're really good at it.
Aww.
And I think that that's really cool.
I appreciate that.
There's for sure more, but I think that that's what I would describe you as. You're a little dummy. So how am I going to say this with love?
Yes.
You're super smart, and you're really emotionally intelligent, and you are like well thought out. I think you're a really good critical thinker as well, and like a nuanced thinker, but I also find that like when it comes to you, you're a bit of a dummy.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I literally
I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna slap you. Can I slap you out of this?
I literally was thinking that I was gonna, like, Chany was gonna hate me forever because I lost the SD card this morning, and they were literally
I
just
remember what I said in that video.
Doing their makeup, being like, okay.
The video was literally like, why am I panicking for this?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know, is there more?
Well, probably, but like, I guess we can't talk about each other forever. I have to do you now.
Okay. We'll see what you come up with.
Okay.
I think I won't be surprised by anything you say. Were you surprised by anything that I said about you?
No, and yes. Like, there are certain things that I wouldn't describe myself as. Like, I'm like, oh, wow. Like,
watch your eye makeup.
Oh, thank you.
You were right on the...
Whoa. I forgot how far it comes out.
I know. I got you, boo. Thank you.
I wasn't surprised necessarily, but like, I don't see myself a lot of the ways, which is the dummy piece, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, you also don't notice, like, when things are happening for you, and I'm like, oh, bitch is spiraling, and it sucks that we're not together when that's often happening.
Yeah.
Especially, like, when it's happening not about something that, like, is going on between us, where I can just be like, bitch, stop.
Yeah,
just, no.
Snap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But no, I wasn't really surprised. I will say a lot of the same things that you said about me, I love about you. All right, take 5,000.
Yeah. What else is new? Just pretend it's for, like, commercial breaks. Do you see this flickering, though?
Yes,
bitch.
Wild.
Yeah, keep going. I'm gonna try and fix this. It's fine.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no, we'd like to thank the sponsor of today's episode.
Chaos.
Chouse.
What?
Chaos.
Chouse. Fucking idiot.
I was just about to describe Chany, and what I was saying was that I love your mental illness. Like, I know, this isn't like a, oh my god, mental illness is so cute kind of way. It's just like the thing.
No, mental illness is shit, but
literally the worst thing on the planet. No.
There are a lot worse things.
But it's the fucking worst. But I do love the parts of, like, I love your mental illness because it's part of what makes you you.
Yeah.
And so, like, I love the lack of attention to certain things. Like, I love, like, this is, like, such a silly moment in our
I'm hyperfixating on this fucking plot. You keep going, I'm listening and appreciating everything you're saying. I'm also losing my goddamn mind over this stupid fucking light.
Anyway, while Chany plays with the light, oh, you did it.
Look at you.
Like it's my job. I have a funny story to tell you.
But yeah, so, like, this was, like, not early, you're like, that one's flickering now, not early in our friendship at all, but, like, before, I think there's always been layers of us getting more comfortable with each other, even to this moment, like,
and we've been friends for a while.
Yeah, we've been friends for several years, and, like, even the napping thing only started recently, so, like, we level up always, and one of the times we leveled up was, like, we'd never really been sarcastic or, like, pokey with each other.
Yes.
And I came over one day, and I was like, oh, Chany, like, how can I help you with your apartment? Like, can I clean anything or whatever? And you were like, yeah, if you don't mind, like, maybe you could just pick up all the maybe you could just toss the empty, like, bubbly can in the recycling. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I went to go pick up one bubbly can and it was half full, so I was like, oh, okay, it's not this one. And then I went, there's like 6 of them in the room. I go to another one and I'm like, it's this one, half full. I'm like, nope, not that one, come over here, pick up, nope. And then I was like, Chany, what the fuck, all of these cans are half full, like none of them are empty. But I love that about you. Like, I just thought it was hilarious that, like, I'll come over and there'll be like 2 half-drunk mugs of tea and, like, whatever. It's just like, but yeah, I love that about you. I will say, like, generally speaking, I think I still feel this way about you. Like, when I met you, I thought you were one of those magical people on the planet. Like, I, like, didn't know you at all, but I was like, I don't know, you just came across so, like, grounded and loving and, like, maybe this is going to sound funny to you, but I truly still believe it and believed it back then, like, healed. Like, I feel like you were just permanently on a healing journey. There's no destination, but, like, even back then when I first met you, like, you just seemed I don't even know what to call it. Not like a ball of energy as in like hyperactive energy, just like spiritual energy. Like, I feel like you just like walked into a room and I was like, oh, magical being, hello. like yeah, like, oh, what is hi, magical being. And I just feel that energy from you still. I think one of the most magical things about you is your energy when you meet new people. Like, we'll be out, like, it's funny that you describe me as a badass and like being able to like approach people and stuff, because when we're out in public, I'm not that person. Like, I am not about to like go up to a random person and start talking, and you literally could like make anyone your friend. Like, you'll just, oh my god, I love your hair. Oh my god, are you into the, hey, I like your shirt. And like, just like, and then like 5 minutes later, like Chany will just be having a full-blown conversation with this person. Like, I think it's so fun. Like, it just, I keep using the word magical, but I truly believe it. Like, everything you do is magical to me. So I'm like watching you like make connections with random strangers constantly. Like, we'll just walk into a pet store and all of a sudden you're talking to like the person about their pet now, and they're like, you know, their past pet, and they're this and they're that, and you're getting this person to like open up to you, and I'm like, oh, magical being. Like, magical being making connections. Yeah, magical being magicking. So I love that about you. I think you're incredibly like intuitive, smart. Like, I think a lot of the ways that I have developed emotional intelligence, like, mind you, I had it before, but I feel like you have been pivotal in my understanding, like developing emotional intelligence, because I would listen to you speak, and I would listen to the way that you processed emotions. And like I said, like, it always was in me. It's always a journey I've been on, but like, I feel like it leveled up when I met you, because I gained like insight into how someone else does it who thinks so similarly to me. So I feel like you're just incredibly, I don't know, just like, yeah, incredible emotional intelligence.
Thank you.
Incredible, like, critical thinking. You
really? Oh god.
I think you do. I think you're an incredible critical thinker. I think you analyze things and pick them apart really well, and not pick and choose, but like, you're really good at defining like what feels good for you and what doesn't, whether it's like a larger scale thing, a small interaction you had with someone. Lovingly, I will say that you second guess yourself a lot. So like, someone will be really mean to you, and you're like, I don't know, is this valid? And I'm like, fuck
that person.
I'm gonna punch them in the face. Like, what do you mean? Like, is this valid to be upset about? So like, yes, lovingly, sometimes you don't recognize when like you deserve better or you deserve more, like when someone might be mistreating you. That being said, you're also very good at it.
Duality,
like,
right?
Yeah, the duality piece. Because like, you know, if something's subtle, you might be like, I don't know if I have the right to be upset about this. But if something is outright, you'll be like, do not talk to me that way.
Yeah. Case in point, what just happened is like, Chany, I said you're gonna want to roll that shit back, because I will come for you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're fucking hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah. Me too. Yes. I think I'm so funny.
Yes.
Like, I saw this meme the other day, and I will like maybe toot my own horn about being funny. You should. But I saw this meme the other day. I'm so fucking old.
Meme.
And it was like watching the light in the eyes of the man you're sitting across on your first date leave when he realizes you're funnier than him. And I think so many dudes that I dated, like, bailed because I was, like, objectively just so much fucking cooler than them, and so much funnier. And had, like, and my humor is, like, it's fast. Like, I can sometimes be funny fast, and I can sometimes, and I will, like, especially with guys, I don't do it with, like, femme folks, queer folks as much. And back in the day when I was, like, a little bit more of, like, a bitch, I would, like, pick on guys a little bit in their humor, because like, like, oh, I'm gonna take you just down on paper, because guys are, especially guys who like are pretty, there's this entire culture, oh my god, be like, you are lucky to be here.
Take you down.
No,
you're fucking hilarious. Like, you make me laugh all the time. Like, even when, like, you're both intentionally very funny, like quick-witted, sometimes a slow burn, like whatever it is, like, you're very smart. And also when you're not intentionally being funny, like, you just say the most hilarious things.
I know. Things come out of my mouth and I'm like, why of all the things was that?
But I love that, because I think that's just, your brain is like chaotically funny.
Thank you.
Like, whether intentionally or not, your brain is just chaotically funny. I love that you'll like never stop being an emo kid.
Oh my god, never.
Never.
You know, I think so many people are like, it's not a phase, Mom. It's not a phase. I'm still getting tattoos. Look at my fucking hair. For those who are not watching but listening, my hair is blue and purple and magenta.
Yep.
And I have facial piercings, and I have 70% more tattoos than I did like 3 years ago.
But it's not even that, because I think like a lot of people can have colored hair and tattoos and piercings and not subscribe to like being an emo kid. But like, you listen to the music, like you like
I do
dress the part sometimes. Like I remember one time, I don't even remember what you had on top, but you came out in like a baggy t-shirt, ripped skinny black jeans, and like Converse or something, and I was like, oh, emo kid. Like I was just like, you still dress the part sometimes. Band t-shirts,
like Kiss.
And you love Screamo-ish still.
I do.
And like
Alexis on Fire forever.
Yes.
I actually wanted to talk to you about a concert. I know you don't like Screamo, but wanted to talk to you about something later.
We'll talk about it. Or like one time Chany was driving me somewhere, and like their partner was originally driving, so we were listening to like, I don't know, a podcast or some shit. And then
this fucking guy.
And then Chany starts driving for the second half of the trip, and like they're like, okay, cool, it's my music time. Like I'm putting on my music, and it's like a pop, no, not even pop punk. It's a punk cover of a Billie Eilish song, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs.
What just turned off? It's my guys, lighting's changing. Listen, we got no money. We're doing this on a budget.
Yeah.
And my grow light for my plants, my legal plants, just went off. So the lighting has changed subtly.
Also, it's getting darker. We're rolling with the punches. I love your style. And I love that like it's a journey for you.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
But I like that.
Thank you.
And I don't know what I'm doing. Who knows if I'll like baggy t-shirts in 2 years. But like, I love that like, since I've known you, your style has evolved so much, and I'm sure mine has too, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's an intentionality behind the way that you look at, like, the way that you present. I love that, like, since I've known you, I'm going to use that word, magical, like, you've just been magically blossomed. Like, I don't think there's anyone who is more authentically themselves, like, outwardly. And, like, I really do believe that. I love that, I don't know, like, every minute that I know you, you become more authentically yourself.
Oh my god, guys. She wants to fuck me.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I don't know, I just think you're fucking awesome.
I feel like your answer is way better than mine. I kind of, like, made fun of you a little bit, because I also,
I was
love
getting
those.
there.
Okay. I was
getting there. Don't worry about it. I was going to say, I love this about you, but your time management skills are redonkulous. But like, I'm neurotic.
I'm going to be there for 9:30, and I'm like, I might be out of the shower by now. Like, I know. I'm like, ooh, bitch. Yeah. I will do my makeup when you're here.
Yeah. Like 9 times out of 10 when I come over, Chany's like, I'm just gonna start my makeup. I'm like, hell yeah. Like,
you know that we're not leaving for another hour and a half.
But your time management skills.
Terrible. If it's not on the calendar, I'm not gonna be there.
Yes. Yeah.
If it's not on the calendar and I don't have like
a strict deadline
and a reminder.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a couple of hours on either end. I don't know. For anyone else in my life, like, I find that time is like a trigger for me. Like, I'm neurotic. I've told you this before, like, I hate waiting around for someone, or, like, whatever it is.
Well, I always try and, like, if I'm gonna cancel on you, I'll cancel on you, like, as, like, the other day when I was like, I want to wait until, the like, whole quarantine time is over, but it was, like, the morning of.
Yeah, that's different. No, I hate, like, waiting around for people, or, like, not having, like, a concrete time or plan or whatever.
Whatever it is we're doing, our intention is always to be together.
Exactly. Like, when I come over and you're still doing your makeup, like, I'm sitting on the floor next to you, or, like, sifting through your makeup or something, and we're talking while we're doing it.
I have a propensity to, like, blame everything on trauma.
I also love that about you. Like, no, Chany will literally, like, no matter what the situation is, in a facetious kind of way, but also like serious kind of way.
Like small T or capital T.
We'll either name something as like, oh, that's because of trauma, or we'll name something as like,
oh yeah, one of the isms.
Yeah, one of the isms. Like, you'll just be like, oh, that's blank, and I'm like, it is.
Because
everything.
I'm not even gonna get that.
We're not.
You know why? We will
circle back to another episode.
Yeah, like, we're gonna get there, because it's just such a like staple in my life. It's kind of like it's always in my pantry. We never run out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're totally right. And I will always point out the systemic thing.
It rhymes with basism. They're like, oh, that is totally because of basism. So it's either trauma or basism, which is funny. I don't know why I'm not saying the word. I'm like,
I don't know. I think it depends
demonetized or something. No, not that
we have no money.
We have no money.
We're not monetized yet.
This is our first episode. But yeah, anyway, so I love that about you. And then also I love that, I feel the same way about your badass comment about me, because there are some ways in which you'll be quite cautious or have a lot of anxiety around navigating something, and then in other ways not just badassery, they would cut a bitch for me 100%. Immediately, they would go to jail for me.
If someone if someone was mean to you or rude to you in front of me,
oh yeah,
I don't know if I genuinely don't know if I could watch my mouth.
Oh, I was just about to say that. I love that you can't control. I can't control my face either, but I love that about us.
But your your go-to face when something's wrong is
subtle.
I was gonna say it's kind of no one's home. You just look like you're tired.
Yeah, but you can go to. I'll give you your eyes where I'm that,
yes,
but it's small.
But if I didn't know you well, when something's off, you just kind of look a little
I'm annoyed. I'm
you're tired.
Whatever.
You're out of it. You don't want this. You don't like this. But sometimes there's you're spiraling.
Yeah.
And you're trying not to let people see it. And I think if folks didn't know you that well, they wouldn't realize you were spiraling.
Yeah. Or when I'm really angry.
Oh
annoying, angry in public or something because someone's being fucking ridiculous. You'll see it on my face. But you Chany will literally go. In public, just mouth the words wide-eyed, just can't control their face.
Somebody walks by screaming at their child, and I'm okay.
Yeah,
and I will literally you see it in my whole body reaction, and it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, no, I love it. I literally love it.
It's gonna get me in trouble. I'm so surprised I have not gotten punched 100%. In the face.
Someone's gonna cuss you out one day.
Yeah, how have I avoided it this long?
I don't know.
31, and I have not been cussed out in public.
No, I love that.
You can see the whole. You can hear it. You can hear it from the way that I look. You can hear it, and the whole journey that I've made around my thoughts. And then you can see me let it go too.
Yes,
I wish you well.
You'll be just
it's not my circus, not my monkeys.
Not my circus, not my monkeys. I also love that you love animals more than people, and I love how passionate you are about everything. Everything that you care about.
Yeah.
There is no small interest for Chany.
Yeah.
You are just go hard or go home on all of the things that you love, whether it's TV, books, movies, a random event that you went to, art that you've seen,
That reminds me of something I love about you, too.
You're just a passionate individual, and I love that about you.
Aw, thanks. I was going to say, wait, is it gone?
Ooh.
Okay, this is a joke that your friend made, and once they said it, I was like, oh my god, it is true, and I love that about you. Everything means something to you. Everything.
I cannot have a casual experience.
No, everything, you're reading into it, there's a story. You've built up a story in your mind, and it means something. It has depth.
Yes.
It has
every experience.
It can be
is
life changing. Yeah, it can be life changing. It has changed who you are. It has left its mark on you.
Yes,
you're I was constipated for 5 minutes, and
now
I honestly will never be the same. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting there, and I'm this bitch. I love it. I love it. And I think I do the same thing, maybe not to the extent that you do it.
No, you do.
But I do to the same extent as you.
No, not to the same extent.
Okay, I was going to be I do?
No, you're literally brushed it off all the time.
Yeah, I'm I lost your SD card. Well, such is life.
It's in the wind.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. The universe, the universe will come through, or it is gone forever.
Yeah.
Hopefully no fucking weirdos looking at my face talking about makeup. Oh, ew. Yeah, I just had weird imagery in my head. At least my feet weren't in the video. But that's something I love so much about you, is that everything is meaningful. Everything has meaning. But we can laugh and joke about it, but I think it's also such a beautiful thing that you are very much, there's a presence, but not just within the moment. There's a presence, it leaves its mark on you, and you stay with it. I think people just they go to the circus one day, or they go to Wonderland, and they're it was such a great day, and da-da-da-da-da, and then a week later they're into whatever's next. They're it's passed. They don't really think about it ever again. It was just kind of like a cool day.
Yeah.
For you, these things live on in you.
Yeah.
And you're like the camera that you have.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You are literally like a camera.
Oh my god, I love that. And that is like that's what my photography is all about.
All about capturing these moments.
Beautiful photography. No, that's literally what it is. I love to just capture moments.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure every photographer on the fucking planet would say. But it is true. So I like that. I like that. And I like that you turned it into a good thing because the other person was turning it into a bad thing.
I mean, well, they are not very much like us. But no. I think it's that duality again where, like, there are two parts to it, just like my chaos, like, you know, part of me losing shit and being all over the place and having like the, you know, the mind that I do.
It also means that you can let things go, that you're not like hyper fixating on things in that way. Like
that I also don't overthink before I open my big fat mouth. And I say fat with the PH, like it's not a bad thing. But I open my mouth and I'll like just talk to people because like I don't think before I speak a lot of the time. Mind you, I do think I think sometimes people use that as an excuse to be very fucking offensive. No. And that's not the way.
And I will say that that's another really good thing about you, and it's something that's I've started picking up on, like, to do better in the last few years, because while you do just say what's ever on the tip of your mind, like, you are still so intentional about anything potentially negative or, like, how it'll affect someone.
Yeah.
So, like, you're good with that. Like, you can just be like, blah, 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 I love this thing, but then also I'm just gonna check in. Did I say something that made you uncomfortable? Like, let me just double check that, like, this is an okay thing to discuss with you, like, whatever.
I actually don't know where that, like, saying came from. As I'm saying it, I'm like, whoop, and then I will immediately.
You literally just did it when you said big fat mouth, and then you were like, by the way, I'm just saying that with a PH. Like, that's not, like,
and that might not even be the best way to describe it, but we are not. No, but you're not about that here.
Exactly. So you're just, like, you're mindful. I think you're impulsive.
100%.
Very impulsive. Purchase. And I was thinking of another thing that I was going to read you on. Now I can't remember what it was.
Read to filth.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's okay. Well, there won't be many opportunities in the future.
Crazy bitch, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, crazy.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're
crazy in similar ways, but also in very different ways.
Yeah, in different ways. I think that's what's fun about us, and this is, like, literally the basis of, like, what I'm gonna love about our podcast, is that we are so similar, have such similar views, and yet approach things from, like, polar opposite directions.
Yeah.
Like, we'll always meet in the middle, but we're coming from two different places.
And when we check each other on shit, and we're, like, trying to pull the other person gently towards, like, whatever that we see that they don't.
Yeah.
That happens, like, I think that's what I love about us, is that we've found a way to do that.
Yes.
Whereas, like, some people have, like, fragile ass friendships where you can't even say a thing.
Yeah, you can't say the thing. And, like, we got there eventually, but, like, I'm also kind of blown away by the way that we just naturally started doing it. Like, it's never...
I think it came with the check-ins. We were both doing check-ins for a long time after our hangouts.
Yeah.
And then, like... You know, world got crazier. We got crazier.
Yeah.
We tried to get better. Yeah. And it was like highs, lows, and funnies, and we just had to like
start naming the things and like
all the time and everything.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100%.
And so then, like, when someone's inevitably bringing it up, at a certain point, you're going to take the risk and be like, yeah, that actually kind of like did hurt my feelings, but I really appreciate you naming it because now I have no feelings about it.
I thought about another thing that's hilarious that I love you for, but is a little bit of a read.
Go.
You're, like, wildly competitive. Yeah.
Go.
You Go just off. Are. Like, if we play games, or, like,
That's why I don't do sports.
When we went to the board game cafe, or, like, especially between you and your partner, like, they'll just be, like, even just, like, non-competitive situations. It's just, like, a little bit of a... I don't know. I think you're, like... You got it. Like, you got, like, a little... Oh! Or, you have this thing where...
One-upmanship?
Huh?
One-upmanship?
Yes. Yes. Or, like, corrections. Like, if someone says something wrong in front of you.
Like what? Like, what's a wrong thing?
Well, just, like, a wrong fact. Like, if I'm like, oh, yeah, it's literally that. It's like a, oh, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, I don't know, Christmas is on December 23rd. And instead of just being like, oh, yeah, maybe, you're like, no, dumb fuck. Like,
yeah, it comes out real hard, real fast. Where I'm like, you mean the 25th?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's come out at work with, like, one of my work teammates where I'm like, this literally happened this week. They were like, I don't know what it's called on Instagram when there's multiple pictures. And I was, like, doing something, and I didn't think before I opened my mouth. And I was like, it's called a carousel. and I, like, read, I was like, and he was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, I did not mean for it to come out that way. And there was someone on the meeting who was new to the team. Mm-hmm. And we were laughing so hard. And my teammate was like, I feel like that was such a, like, boomer millennial moment. Yeah. And they were like, spoiler alert to the person who was new. They're like, spoiler alert, I'm 3 years older than you. Yeah. It's called a carousel.
It's called a fucking carousel.
And I did it, like, under my breath. It was so bad. So, yeah, I'm like...
Yeah. Yeah, you got the facts. You're ready to school someone.
Oh, so fast.
Yeah, so fast.
Unless I'm intimidated, and then I'm like...
Yeah, it's different. But, like, if it's just something dumb.
Yeah.
Where you're like, actually...
Yeah, or you're like,
oh yeah, that where you're like, did I just hear what I just heard?
Yeah,
that,
like,
you make that face all the time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. How have I not been bitch slapped in public? Because, like, someone's saying something stupid that I'm like, or like, I don't know how I've survived this long. I have no survival instinct.
Me neither.
You have less of it. You have less of a survival instinct. you have less.
You survived for a week. I survived for 3 days in a zombie apocalypse.
No, you're gone. You're done. You're done.
I'm taking myself out.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I would also take myself out in a zombie apocalypse.
Like, yeah, but you'd have more of a drive to be like, let me wait it out 2 days.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could, like, get some water or something, and I'd be like, see ya.
Yeah.
I'm not even putting myself through
100%.
that. Trauma, capital T.
Yeah. Well, like, I wouldn't want to survive in a zombie apocalypse. Like, oh, come on. What is happening?
What kind of life?
Exactly. What are you fighting for?
We've all seen The Quiet
Place. I don't know. Exactly. I don't know how to farm.
Exactly. Like, I'm gonna eat one mushroom and be dead.
Yes. Come on.
First berry I see, I'm like, oh, fruit.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like, if you had actual, like, practical skills that you could use in a zombie apocalypse world, power to you. Power to you to rebuild a whole life in a simple way. I am not there yet. I don't even like cool showers. Not cold showers.
Oh my God, 100%.
Cool showers.
When I have to turn it on cold at the end to, like, seal in my hair, like,
I don't do that.
Yeah, I just can't even handle it. Or,
no,
like,
I don't do it. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Goodbye. Like, goodbye, hair color. Oh, I should avoid hot water to make my hair color last. That is the one thing I won't do.
Literally never happening.
Yeah. Hotter than hell.
100%. I have no, like, I don't even know. You know, the only thing that I think I'd be good at?
I feel like you'd panic right into a zombie's mouth. Yeah. Whereas I'd panic and then I'd be like,
I was
get it together.
The only good thing that I would do in a zombie apocalypse is migrate. Like, I am just a walking outside, outdoors, not outdoorsy.
What do you mean migrate?
Like, I would be good at just leaving. Like, I wouldn't try to hold up somewhere. Like, I feel like I would just be, because I'm just, like, constantly outside and moving.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the one thing.
You're also really good with directions. Like, you can fucking figure it out. You would panic into a zombie's mouth. I would take a wrong turn into a zombie's mouth.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's this way. And then I'd turn the corner and it would just be a pack of zombies. And I'd be like, well, you should run.
I'd be frozen. I'd be like, oh, and now I'm dying because I can't get my body to move, but I know where I'm going. Like,
I would be like,
yeah.
And then I'd look at all the other people with us and I'd be like, remember my name.
Yeah.
Run. Remember my name. Yeah. I would sacrifice and be like, well, I got us into this, so 100%. You guys run.
Segment.
If we were monetized, the ad would be here.
Yes, we're doing a get to know you kind of random Q&A thing.
Yeah.
So, what would your warning label say as a human being?
What would my warning label say? Something about, like, items or like, crisis is closer than it appears.
I like that. Crisis is closer than it appears.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mine was going to be something about fragile.
I like it.
Fragile, like, may break or explode.
This
like,
side up.
No, I think mine would be fragile, may break or explode, because it's either I'm going to turn inwards or I'm going to explode outwards.
Yeah, there's going to be a crack, or, like, your mess is going to, like, shrapnel.
Yeah, but crisis is closer than it, what is it?
Than it appears.
Than it appears. I love that. Okay, next one. What kind of elderly person do you hope to be?
Dude, okay, we were talking earlier about this one, and neither of us gave our answers, and you said something about...
Mine was going to be serious.
You could have a funny one and a serious one. Yeah. I think that my funny one is my serious one.
Okay.
Like, it's one and the same. Like, I'm going to be... I'm going to be, like, a grumpy shit disturber. But I'm also going to be an elder. Like,
yes.
Like, people are going to come to me, and I'm going to be like, sit down.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, da-da-da-da-da, and then I'm going to read them. But then they're going to be like, wow, I have my journey. And you know, like, I'll be planting seeds, wise seeds. Yeah. But I'm also going to be, like, Rafiki.
I feel the exact same way, actually. Really? Like, I feel, and mine was going to be serious, but I guess it's kind of funny, too. Like, I hope that I have childlike wonder as an elder person, because right now I'm 100%. So consumed. Granted, I will say...
laughing hysterically.
Exactly, because granted, right now I will say, like, we are childlike. Like, we just are so childish with each other, and it's the only way to live. That being said, I am still consumed by social anxiety, personal anxiety, whatever it is. Like, I'm constantly worried. By the time I'm an elderly person, like, I hope I drop all that shit. I don't care. I've lived an entire fucking life.
What are you gonna say?
Just go wild.
Yeah.
Like, let's just have fun. I'm gonna make fun of you. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Yeah, literally. I'm gonna yell at people on the fucking street. I don't care.
Yeah. And it's all, the interesting thing is I think it all comes from a place of, like, love and, like you say, like, childlike joy where you're
wise. Like, I want to give every people.
You're like the community elder where you're like, but, like, also when you're a little kid, when your parents, like, send you to us to watch us, or, like, to have us watch you, it'll be like, oh, Christ. But they do have really good ex. You know?
Like, I feel like it'll be like, you know, a little kid comes to me or you for advice, and, like, they, you know, they're scared to tell their parents they fucked up or something, and you're just like, fucking idiot. Come inside.
Come inside.
I'll make you tea, idiot.
Yes. Sit down, and they'll be like, it will be that, not tough love, because I think that there will still be that, like, tenderness, but, like, it will be a hard exterior and, like, funny.
Tender.
Yeah. I just can't see that. You know, like, I could totally see falling asleep with, like, little kids on my lap, but, like, when their parents come and get them, me just being like, he's a brat.
Yeah.
That's like, calling it like it is, being like, I love him. Yeah. He's a whiny baby boy. Love him. But he's a princess.
I don't know if I have an answer to this, so I might cut it out. But what do you dislike that everyone else seems to like? Oh, no.
It's not a dislike. Okay. I just don't like it as much as everybody else, and it's Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, same.
Like, I get it. I get why people love her.
If we had any followers, we were gonna get ripped to fucking
No, but here's the thing. I totally see why people love
Me too.
her.
I really do.
I don't think I ever, like, jumped the cliff. And I feel bad because I'm like, I can totally see why you jumped the cliff. She's great. She's an amazing songwriter. She's cute as fuck.
She's got great shows. She's a live singer.
God,
she's
there's
very,
so
like,
much
stylish,
there.
whatever.
And I never, like, I think I missed the, like, the hype. Yeah, like, I missed the moment. I missed the moment to, like, fall in love with her. And since then, maybe it was, like, the age. I missed, like, the age to fall in love with her. Like, maybe you had to, like, fall in love with her when you were 16, regardless of what age she was, because she's still making good music that 16-year-olds would be like, fuck yeah. Yeah. But, like, I feel like there was, like, an age that I wasn't
to be part of it.
And you locked in, and I missed that. And so I just don't love her the way that other people love her. But I think
you
that
can
she's
appreciate her.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And I see exactly why people love her the way that they do. I just don't have the same feelings. But I'm like, you go, Glen Coco. Like,
I 100%. Feel the exact same way. When I was in middle school, I loved her first 2 albums. I was like, oh my God, like, Tears on My Guitar, or whatever the fuck it was. Like, really liked her as a kid. And then just kind of, like, I would hear the top, you know, on the radio
and they were always
and I'm
good.
Like, oh, this is a bop. This is fun. This is whatever. I knew you were trouble. Whatever. Like, you know, it's on. It's fun. It's in the background. But I don't I'm not a part of the cult following. Like, I'm not like a...
You never drank the Kool-Aid in.
Yeah, I never drank the Kool-Aid, so I'm like, yeah, she's awesome.
But
she's
I, like, go to the events. Like, I would go to one of her concerts.
Oh, 100%.
It would be
and
great.
She seems like a phenomenal performer. Like,
and
performer, live singer. She's fun. She's sassy. She's also, like, intelligent. Like,
yes.
Songwriting.
I also was, like... I felt very deeply about what she struggled through with, like, older men constantly.
100%.
Like, semi-grooming. But, like, just the inappropriateness of it and the stories there. Like, I was like, this is gutting.
And I've always appreciated that she has always named the thing in her songs.
Yeah.
She'll call the guy out, not by name, actually, sometimes by name.
Yes. Dear John.
Yeah. But, like, and I think that was a part of her thing in the beginning, which was she was like, I love being in the audience and singing about someone, knowing that they, like, know exactly... I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but, like, knowing
she doesn't
that they
back
know
down.
the song.
She's badass. Like, you wouldn't think for, like, a...
like
a willowy, you know, when she was, like, when we were kids, and she was, like, this
little like, country
girl.
singer.
Yeah, and then she's just badass and, like, doesn't back down and will name you.
Yeah, and I like that about her. I mean, I think she's a cool artist. I just don't
feel the way that
I don't feel the hype. I'm like, yeah, she's just, yeah.
Yeah, people, like, going to go see her Eras tour movie in theaters and, like, getting all dressed up, and I'm like, oh my god. I think there's, like, wistfulness. Like, I wish that I felt that way about her, because I can get why you would. Yeah. I just don't.
Yeah, me too.
And I kind of, like, regret. Not regret, but I wish it felt as easy to, like, jump on the bandwagon now. And I feel like it would take a lot of work for me to jump. Like, I'd have to do all this
100%.
research. I think, for me, the most I ever got into Taylor Swift was when she was, like, maybe, like, a couple years, maybe when I was in university or just out of university, and she was kind of, like, calling herself out on her stuff, and, like, all
Chany has to clarify, like, that we weren't in university at the same time because they're old. You make the age jokes with me all the time.
That's fine. I'm older. I'm allowed to make the age jokes. You can't call me old. You can call me old. I am. I'm not. I
wouldn't believe that they're 31. Like, they literally look phenomenal.
I never get guessed as 31.
I would guess you were 25.
Yeah, people guess so young. And I love that. I'm like,
yeah. Oh, do you remember when we met Ahi? And I was like, you were like, oh, it's my birthday. And I was like, guess how old they are.
What did they even guess?
I don't know. They were just like, oh, 20-something. And then you were like, no, I'm 30. And they were like,
yeah, I get that. And the dramatics of the reaction.
Favorite thing to do when we're out in public and we're talking to someone, and I'm like, guess how old they are. I think I did it with my family too.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, where I was like, guess how old they are. How old do you think they are? Anyway.
Oh god.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're fine.
Anyway, that was a good answer. I'm stealing your answer. I feel like I stole your answer on the last two things. I literally agreed on the elderly person, and I agreed on this.
That's fine.
My next question is, what's your useless talent?
So many.
I have one.
Okay, go.
My useless talent is that no matter how soft music is playing in a public setting, I will always be able to tell what song it is.
Yes!
Literally,
oh my god!
And
You're
I'll
not
hear
wrong.
it, I'll name it, and other people still can't hear it.
Yes.
Like, they're like, what? What do you mean Usher is playing right now in this grocery store? I'm like, you don't hear it? And, like, they're like...
And they have to be like... No.
Yeah.
No, I can't get it.
Yeah, that's my secret talent. Useless.
What is my useless talent? I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Zach, what's my useless talent? Storytelling. Or, like recaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do recaps. Like, you gave me all the jump scares and From. Recapping, remembering detail.
Yes. Details that are important for later, like being able to like put the whole thing together so you feel like you got a sense of what it was. That's like his favorite useless thing that I can do, because then he never needs to watch the show.
Exactly.
Or if he watches it, he like knows what to expect. Did you end up watching The Fall of the House of Usher?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Bitch! Okay, I was gonna say that's an episode we should do, because I really need to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm still having like pretty intense feelings about it, and so I really just need someone to like gab about it with.
This is great, because I just finished a show, so I'll watch it next. Okay, I don't know my answer for this. A genie grants you the ability to have infinite amounts of one item. What is it? I have no idea.
$20 bills. That's literally what I was
Fuck you.
Are you...
Could be
put the money towards world hunger.
Infinite.
World hunger. My hunger. Makeup. All the things that I want.
Yeah, but you can't choose money.
I didn't choose money. I chose $20 bills.
Well, might as well be $1 bills.
Canadian
it's infinite money.
You want me to fucking choose loonies? Infinite loonies?
Yeah, I guess.
If it was $1 bills like it is in the U.S.,
okay.
you're not based in the U.S. If it was $1 bills like it was in the U.S., sure, I would do $1 bills. $20 bills.
I mean, it's infinite money, but yeah. That's
I don't
cheating.
know. What else?
It's like how you can't ask the genie for more wishes. You can't pick money.
Okay, fine. What would I...
No, I'm just kidding. That was a very smart answer. I don't know. I feel like this is meant for people who, like, are addicted to something like chapstick. You know, and they're like, oh my god, it would always be Burt's Bees chapstick. Like, I don't know.
Man, of all the chapsticks, Burt's Bees.
I don't know. I
saw a post that was, like, the most voted, like, lip treatments, and, like, they skipped some of my tops, and I was like, where are these people buying their lip products? Who in the fuck? Speaking of, okay, one thing I did want to do in this episode, but like it probably doesn't matter because it will be past by the time, but like the Sephora savings event is on now, and I was gonna say, like, if you had infinite money, what was like the first 5 things that you would get from the Sephora savings event, because I just shopped it and I obviously spent money that I shouldn't have, but I was waiting for the Sephora savings event, so I intentionally got really expensive things. Yeah. But that was a question I was going to maybe ask you.
My number one is the Tatcha water cream. I got a sample of it once for my birthday, and like literally, it felt like pore filling.
Really? Okay.
Like my skin looked smoothed over and that's the only time I've ever used it.
Okay, a person that I like follow who's a makeup artist. Sidebar: I really love makeup. I really love beauty, skincare, hair.
They have
all
their
that
own YouTube channel.
It's very inactive. I only do it.
I lost the video for it today, so.
But someone I watched, they say that their best primer. Like the best thing that they do for like prepping their skin and they don't need a primer is like the Tatcha day cream.
It literally was like pore filling. Like I was blown away. I was like, is there silicone in this or something? Like how is it literally filling in my
But they also mentioned that Tatcha tends to have better sales than Sephora does.
Oh,
so
good to know.
Clock that.
But yeah, I would get that. I would get probably some kind of hair thing. Like if I didn't have to worry about it, I feel like I would get like the K18 brand or something. There's definitely some perfumes that I would go for, like the
so smart to get it.
Replica.
Which one?
The fireplace one.
Really?
Yeah,
I love that. It smells so fucking smoky. I'm not into that.
Yeah, I'm so into that. But it's so interesting because somebody was obsessed with it. And again, I'm trying not to name too many people in this episode, but somebody was obsessed with it. And they introduced me to it many, many years ago. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yep.
And then we had our hearts broken because they changed the formula or something and they made it sweeter. And it used to be more woodsy. I don't know if that's true, by the way. Replica, don't sue me.
Tim.
But anyway, yeah, probably the Replica perfume. I don't know, some kind of like, maybe like a Pat McGrath. Is Pat McGrath in Sephora? Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette.
Oh my god, the newest Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette, or like the one with all of the shifts. I just want to, I probably would never end up using it or not that often, but I would just want to touch it.
I feel like I would just want to buy all the high-end skincare and hair care because I'm like, I used to be so into makeup, and now I've kind of like found my like I can dress it up if I want to, but I kind of just have the same look all the time.
Yeah. That
like I would want to do the skincare and hair care. Anyway.
That's really cool. I like it. I spent some money on some skincare.
I spent some money.
So what would I do? Obviously perfume. This time I got, so again, a friend of mine, we're now friends. Oh my god, we're so cool. Khaki really likes this perfume by Fleur, Father Figure. It's kind of it's having a viral moment in some of the beauty community folks. And it has like fig as one of the notes, and I was like, oh damn, like yeah. So that it's an unfun thing, but like a refill on some of my favorite things, like the Tower 28 SOS spray. It's so good. It's so good. It does not smell good, but it is very good for your skin.
I don't think it does anything on my skin.
Well, it is for more eczema-prone skin, like for dryness and irritation, whereas I
actually put it in a TikTok, and then I deleted the TikTok about things that I was going to de-influence people from buying.
Really? Yeah. Oh, God. I love it. It literally saved my skin on our trip with all the dryness.
It's for people who maybe don't have, like, heavy inflammation. So it does make a difference to, like, someone who just has, like, I'm not saying minor irritation, but like maybe not like heavy pore irritation, I feel like it would make sense that it makes a difference for you. For me, I was like, this is water on my face.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
What else?
Holy shit, it's 5:15.
I would probably do like, again, like I would want to try some like really expensive, like Ruth Bader or whatever that stuff. Is it called
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Oh no, what is... Can I tell you something really funny?
Yeah.
I went to high school with a girl named Ruth Bader. And like, it was such a struggle to like...
Not call her Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
No, the reverse.
Oh.
Because when I was at high school, I was a dumbass. Like, I was so in my own misery. I had no idea what was going on. I had no. And so it's really weird to remember that there is like a very important person named Ruth. Anyways, whatever. No, there's like, do you know those super expensive ones that are like Tatcha Harper or Tatcha, and then there's like Tatcha Harper skincare and all these and then there's like one that's like the colors are like blue and orange and they're so fucking expensive. I would probably just like blow tons of money on that stuff.
Yes, I would love to try the Brazilian Bum Bum cream.
I do not like the smells.
Oh, I've never smelled it.
The smells are terrible. And it's... Yeah, I just... No. I'm like, no, none of that.
I'm reeling us back in.
Okay. I love talking beauty.
I know. That's why I was thinking. I was like, we should do a separate episode.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just looking... Oh, I just want to ask this question because I know we both have, like, the same answer. If you could switch lives with any one person for one day, who would you choose?
1, 2, 3. A man.
Doesn't matter which man. Yeah, cis man. Yeah, I would just love to know. I bet the grass is greener. I think this is one of those... You can walk around at night. I remember one time I was back home, and me and my friends were at a bar, and, you know, we finish up around, like, 1, 2 in the morning. You can get way too wasted. Way too wasted. I mean, you know, there are issues on both ends.
Yes.
Like, yes, absolutely.
Way too wasted without waking up and being like...
Yeah! Oh my god, safety and, like, all the things. But, like, we were walking... We finished up at a bar at, like, 1 or 2 in the morning, and we're walking back to, this public transport area. I'm trying to be so big.
We were walking back to
on the street with the bus. We're walking back to this public transit hub, and we're walking through the streets, and I'm like, man, this place is so pretty at night when you're with people. Like, that's what I just said. I was like, oh wow, like, this place is so pretty at night when you're with people. And one of my guy friends, it was all guys and me, and one of my guy friends turns to me and he's like, it's so sad that you had to say when you're with people. I've never thought about that. And I was like, yeah, you think I'd be walking these streets by myself at 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, hell no. And he was like, I've just never thought about it. And I was like, yeah.
Lit streets.
Even streets with, like, families on them. I had this thought the other day. It's no secret that I'm a smoker. I'll happily declare that right now. When I have a cigarette on the street and it's, like, raining or something, so I put my hood up, I am, like... I can't see who's around me.
I will let myself get wet.
Like, yeah, I will let myself get wet. I'll let my cigarette get wet. Like, I don't care because I'm like, I need to know.
Peripheral vision, ears, like, I need to hear. Anyway, I would just love... And then also just, like, a man. Like, I would love to just, like... Get a sense. No, for sure. That, like, is this something that you are actually interested in?
That, too, but also I just want to know how people, like, look at me, talk to me, treat me.
Oh my god, right. Okay, that's really interesting. That's a very good point. I literally just thought about, like being able to pee. Pee standing up.
No, I would love to just, like, walk into a...
3 guys in the last 24 hours, I've been walking, and I just see a stream of pee on one of... I know, so foul. But, like, imagine you had that option.
Also, this is something we have the ability to do.
On these, like, busy streets is what I was trying to say.
Why do men just get to spit? Men be spitting everywhere.
I walked past a guy, and as soon as he passed... Oh, no. I heard him make the noise, and I veered, and luckily he spat the other way, but I was like...
Why are men just spitting?
You can do so much as a dude. And then they complain, they're like, we have to be so careful now. And I'm like... You have no idea.
Human basic decency?
Yeah. They're like little small ones. Like,
little tiny ones.
I'm going to pee my pants. I'm going to walk around a corner and pee against the wall.
I want to walk into a sports store and not feel intimidated if I was a man.
I think I would still feel intimidated.
I mean, on the inside.
I'm a sporty person.
I'm on the inside, but they don't know that when they're looking at you. so they're going to treat you differently. I feel intimidated because I think everyone in there knows by the way that I look that I have no idea what the hell is going on in there.
I think I would like to have...
I want to walk into a hardware store. Oh my god, I went into a hardware store the other day to hang up something in my apartment to get hooks.
Right, I remember.
Oh my god, I literally, yeah, they were
I know more than you.
I was the only woman in that store, and they were like,
Are you good? Little lady, you take a wrong turn.
yeah.
That I hate the like, oh, do you know what? I know more than you.
I literally am smarter than you.
I'm so much smarter than you.
And, like, also I was, like, this guy was like, I really wouldn't recommend these hooks, and da-da-da, and I was like, I don't know, I'm right. And then I took them home, put this thing on my wall, and it looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you can't get screws into a wall without a drill. I mean, you could if you... He goes, I mean, if you really put in the effort, you could probably do it with a screwdriver.
Oh, is this how I do it?
Do I not have any wrist strength? And then I went home, fucking screwed it in without a drill, because I'm like, I'm amazing. Anyway, that's a tiny thing to feel proud about, but when a man is telling you can't do it...
I feel like, even if you don't look doll-like, I think that it's just this thing, and it's so annoying. Like,
I would love to walk around and be handed out gold stars from people by just being like a basic, decent human being, because I feel like when you exist in the world as a femme-presenting person, you have to be overly nice to get a gold star. Not a gold star, but you know what I mean?
You
To, like, get kind of like
off.
genuine reaction out of someone, you have to be so nice.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like I've seen it. I walk around a man could be like, appreciate you, you know, to like the cashier, and the cashier's like, oh my god, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much. Anyway, whatever. I would like to be a man. That's it.
just for a day.
Just for a day.
Like, much less, like, deep, but, like, it would be really interesting to grow facial hair. Like, have facial hair and not feel, like, conflicted about it in the way that I think as a woman, when you have, or a femme-presenting person, or a femme-oriented, or whatever, you know, like AFAB.
Yes, AFAB person. As an AFAB person with minor amounts of facial hair, there are AFAB people with lots of
100%.
facial hair. PCOS is a very real...
And it feels... it's just such a conflicting
you're
way of
conflicted,
being.
you're shamed, you're judged, or whatever.
It takes
like,
a lot of work for many of those folks to come to terms and have
feel
any confidence around it, or whatever. You
love
know?
what they see in them. And mind you, if you are someone who has that and never struggled with that, more power to you. Oh my god, that's phenomenal.
Yes,
but I know with a minor amount of facial hair, I have been self-conscious my entire life.
100%.
So like,
just getting to have it and be like,
being a man and just being like,
seeing
I'm
all
gonna
those
grow this
videos.
out.
Yeah, they grow it out and then they shave it and all these like, I want to do that. I want to do that and be like, ha ha ha, I have. I love that we were like, let's be quick. Unpacked. So unpacked. Manness.
Lighthearted man versus woomph.
Well, whatever. Penis havers.
Yeah, penis havers.
Men passing people.
Yes, yeah. I didn't mean it so severely.
See the correction.
Yes. Yeah, you're always doing the correction thing. You're like, and being mindful of the language we're using. And I'm like, yes.
Yes, Chany. Okay, Mom.
All right, Mom. This is what I was talking about, where you just make me
feel like shit.
Be more intentional about me. Anyway, I feel like that's it. Yeah. I feel like we're good. We probably filmed for like 3 hours, so I'm probably going to snippety-snip a little bit of it. I like to think of this, if anyone has even gotten to this part of the podcast, because it's probably like...
This is one of those things you do while you're doing other things.
I was literally going to say, I feel like... Are you driving? My vibe is like just two people hanging out and a third person.
Yeah, you know what we should have done? Left space for them to answer.
Aw. Next time. That'll be a thing. We'll do a segment.
Yeah.
We'll do a segment where it's like...
And then we'll fake react.
Oh, what a good insight.
Stupid. I love it. I love your answers are so good.
You're so smart.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that we're all just best friends. Whoa. Okay. What? Did you hear? Okay, maybe we should stop. Let's stop while we're ahead.
Okay.
Why are we like them?
I don't know. But yeah, anyway, this has been part 1 or part 2 or an entire episode. Who knows? We'll find out when I'm sitting down to edit.
Yeah.
Hopefully the audio survived.
Again, I think that we're really funny, so I don't want to get rid of too much.
I think we are funny, but I also think there's probably a lot of faffing about in it.
But that's all we do.
I know.
Do we really have a point? No.
It's true.
We just fucking meander.
It's true.
That would be the alternative name of this podcast. Meandering around.
Yeah.
Faffing about.
But
we're not
functioning too.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh
well,
my God. Sorry. Conversations for off camera. Anyway,
Check back in a minute.
Thank you for surviving this long. If you did, I doubt anyone did. But
yeah, I mean, wherever we release this, we'd love if you subscribed, if you
or follow, depending on what platform.
follow. Yeah,
hit that like button. Ring that notification bell. Leave a comment, guys. Like and subscribe.
But only nice things. Like, we're sensitive beings.
Very sensitive.
So
Please
sensitive.
be nice to us.
Yeah. Especially in the very beginning. Like, hold off. If you have shit you need to say,
if you want to rip us to pieces,
just
wait till we have a couple
hold
of episodes.
off. Yeah, let us get our feet under us. But yeah, this was us, and it's going to continue to be us, and we have no idea what we're going to record next, / we kind of do, but this is kind of what it is. This is how we be. So if you want to hang out with us while we do this, yes, please subscribe and or follow and or just be about us, and
check back in next week, see if we come up on your recommended, because I actually don't subscribe to people until I've seen at least 6 of their videos. Not like specifically 6, but like I don't subscribe to someone until they've come up in my recs like a million times. Then I'm like, oh, okay, I like your content.
Okay, cool.
Anyway,
whatever. Yeah. So we'll see you in the next one.
Anyway, we'll see you. This has been Secretly Freaking Out.
Yeah.
I should figure out how to say the name again.
Yeah, just secretly freaking out. Are you secretly freaking out?
We are.
What
always.
are you secretly freaking out about?
Leave it in the comments.
That's how we should start the episodes. So what are you secretly freaking out about this week?
Oh my god.
That's the first segment.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.